Fortnite have recently added custom diagonal keyboard movement to the game, so now your movement can go from previously looking and feeling like this to this instead, where now you can see you have diagonal movement, allowing you to move like a controller player. To get this setting and enable it, all you have to do is go onto the settings, then simply head over to the mouse and keyboard tab, and then if you scroll down a little bit, just toggle on the use custom diagonal controls. And as you can see here, there's two different options. There's the forward diagonal angle, and then there's also the backward diagonal angle, and you can change both of these to your preferred movement angle. Now by default, the forward angle is on 45 and the backward angle is on 135, but I do not recommend using both of those angles exactly, and the reason for why that is because I found after some testing that the highest value the top one can be without turning into a horizontal strafe is actually 75 or /76, so with that being considered, you do not want to go over the 76 mark on the forward angle. That is very important. However, for the backward angle right here, for this one, I found that anywhere from the default value, that's 135, to the max angle of 180, anywhere in between these works really well. Like, you could literally be playing on 135 and it feels great, or again you could bump it all the way to the top to literally 180, and I feel like anything in between these two angles right here works really well. It's just really important that you do not increase the forward angle over 76%. That is very important. But go ahead guys, try it out in game. Right now I am trying to find the best movement settings for this, but again, like I mentioned, the forward angle should be no higher than 75 /76. I think those are great for that one. And then for the backward angle, you can use anything from 135, which I really do actually prefer. I think this one's probably my favorite, all the way to 180, and you should be good. Just as all personal preference, try it out in game and let me know in the comment section below which one you end up using. But now that Fortnite have added double movement natively to the game without needing to use any third-party softwares like the Wooten app or the Keys to X Input app, you guys are probably wondering now if you should uninstall any of these applications, and I personally think it's all up to you, because there's pros and cons of actually using these third-party applications. For the cons, some are saying that these are potentially bannable now, which is something I'm not entirely sure on and do need to look into a little bit more. And on top of that, some are also saying that they give a small amount of input delay, which can obviously affect your gameplay, but again, it's something I myself haven't noticed and I'm not entirely sure on fully. Then for the pros, obviously the customizability of these apps, especially like Keys to X Input, are a lot better still, as you can see, you've got an additional strafe angle on Keys to X Input, whereas you don't have this additional angle on the Fortnite native settings. And then on top of that pro, I also believe you get a small amount of aim assist occasionally when you do use Keys to X Input /Wooten, as they use sort of like controller drivers in Windows that make the game think you're using a controller but you're using a keyboard, and these can obviously be quite beneficial. Like, who wouldn't want a small amount of aim assist while playing? And I believe that's why a few people out there are still going to continue to use these third-party apps while they are allowed, but again, I'm not entirely sure even if they are anymore. Overall though, to conclude, I'm not entirely sure if you should uninstall them or keep using them. I myself, I'm probably just going to switch over to using the native Fortnite settings double movement, as it's in the game now and why wouldn't I use it? But for you guys watching at home, I'm going to leave it entirely up to you to decide on. But that's all I've got for this video today. Thanks for watching. Peace.